All right. You guys are going to think I sound like a broken record, but look, it's what it is in the NBA, right? And it's about getting better, and the only way to do that is repetition. And, there's no magic behind it. We didn't do the little things well enough again tonight for 48 minutes. We played a really good second quarter and a really good fourth quarter, and we didn't do that in the first and third. And that's a championship contending team. They got MVPs over there, and it's a tough team to beat and defend. And again, I'm proud of our guys for sticking through it. And really fighting it out and giving ourselves a chance again in the fourth. That's what you asked for in this league, is a chance, come fourth quarter time. And I thought they really showed a lot of heart again. But we're not there yet. So we got to, get back into that gym tomorrow, watch tape, practice some more. It was really exciting to have Fox back. It's, no minutes restriction. That's kind of how we envision seeing the team go, all year, and it's nice to see that type of play by him back in our lineup again. And that's for our staff is very exciting. For where we're gonna go. So tip your hat to Houston. They're a heck of a team and outplayed us tonight.
Katie Hunter, Kings TV. Luke, I know in the beginning of the season that you talked about deliberately slowing the pace of the game down because you wanted to try and make them a more fundamentally sound half-court team. Then you lose De'Aaron Fox 9 games in, and you've had him back for 4. It feels like when he's on the floor, the pace is automatically improving, but it also feels like kind of towards the beginning of the season where they're struggling kind of with flow and the fundamentals in the half-court. You feel like you're kind of back to the beginning with that, and you want to speed it up at some point?
Yeah, I wouldn't say we're back to the beginning, right? But it's about our team learning how to execute in the half court. It's about realizing that being able to get defensive stops and execute game plans is what wins you games and definitely leads to winning once you get into the playoffs. So it's focusing on that, and we've come a long way in that. We held Houston to 16 in the fourth tonight, and that team's pretty hard to stop. So, we've made big strides with some of that stuff, with some of the defense, with some of the execution of what we're trying to do. But 30 games in, we've had our whole roster for one game. The first game of the season. So it's mixing that back in. Pace is important. I think the game should be played fast. We have things we have to get good at before that becomes our top priority. But now that Fox and Marvin are back, two of the faster players on our team and in the league, then yes, we're going to start pushing pace again. But we have to continue to realize our defense execution and execution in the half court is important to us.
You sat Buddy the whole fourth quarter. Do you feel that eventually pace will help kind of get him easier looks and that type of thing, that's affected him a little bit as well? Yeah,
pace will be good to get Buddy some more looks. And I didn't sit Buddy as punishment. I played the guys that were, that had it going and got us. They earned that right to finish the game, and we got within striking distance. So it wasn't a punishment at all. It was more, look, we're a team. We're trying to win out here. If these guys are going, then we're gonna keep rolling with them and see if they can't get it done.
Luke, Sean Cunningham, ABC 10, just following up a little on that with Buddy. Is he kind of in his own head a little bit right now?
I think I don't know. You got to ask Buddy that. Buddy's a confident young man, and he works very hard. So I don't know about all that. Like I said before, we got to keep doing a better job as a coaching staff to find a way to get him good rhythm looks, and he'll continue to work.
And then tonight, obviously not having Bogdanović. I mean, is this come at and I guess never an opportune time or anything like that, but when you're trying to work, Bagley and even De'Aaron back in, not having someone like Bogey, how hard is that to work them in and try to keep things going with him being the kind of that playmaker that he's been able to be?
Yeah, we miss him, but we miss all our guys when they're out. It's not ideal, but every team goes through their own things. It's just something that we have to figure out as a group, and we will.
Luke, Jason Jones, The Athletic, just in terms of when you're going your lineups and trying to figure out offense versus defense, what's your thought process in figuring out, okay, do I want to go with maybe Trevor and Corey together, even though that may affect us offensively,
Yeah.
but I'm going to need them to get some stops to try to get us back in the game?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, it's a feel for what the game's going. Tonight we're not making shots and getting stops. So if we're not making shots, we might as well go with a lineup defensively that I know they're going to give everything they have, and they're going to make defensive plays, and they're going to use their experience to get stops for us, and then we can try to build a rhythm and momentum from that end. There's some nights that maybe we're getting stops, but we can't score the ball. So then you got to sacrifice some of the defense and get some more offensive players or shooters in. But Corey and Trevor are very capable of making shots as well. But it's more of just a feel on how the game's going and what we need in that moment.
Luke, James Ham, NBC Sports. When you look at De'Aaron's night tonight and what he's done since coming back in the 4 games, is there something that stands out to you that maybe he saw during the time away that's allowed him to be more aggressive and on both ends of the court?
Well, I think, again, that's probably a question De'Aaron could answer better. But I do know that when he was hurt, he was watching. He didn't travel a lot with us because of the amount of travel and treatment at home, but he was in that weight room every day. He got stronger. He was watching all the games. He was watching edits. I'm sure, knowing De'Aaron and knowing how he sees the game and how intelligent of a player he is, I'm sure he saw some of how we were playing and how that impacted the difference between winning and losing. So I'm sure, when you're hurt, you always use every opportunity to get better. And I think De'Aaron, his mindset has been really, really good since he's been back. It was unfortunate the first couple games for minutes restrictions, so we had to kind of pick and choose a little bit. But I've loved his aggressive play since we've had him back.
Matt George, Sports 1140 KHTK. Unfortunately, Richaun Holmes got into some foul trouble early, but first time we're seeing the starting lineup of him and Marvin Bagley together. In the limited time that they got, both at the first quarter and in the second half, were you pleased with what you saw out of that lineup, the two of them working?
Yeah, it ended too shortly. I'll go watch the tape and pick it apart. I know we didn't score the ball to start the game, but I feel like we had some good looks that just didn't go in. So, that's something that we'll take a closer look at, first half and second half and see what it looked like. But, it's one game too. It's small sample size.
Luke, Jason Anderson, Sacramento Bee. Is that a lineup you think you might stick with for a little while to see how that goes, or was that just purely based on matchups for tonight?
Yeah, well, we knew we were going to play, a zone against them tonight and try to take Westbrook and Harden out a little bit, so we knew how important rebounding would be. Marvin and Richaun being our 2 best rebounders, but it's we'll most likely stay with it and give it a bit bigger sample size before we make any decisions long term on it.